Welcome to the first greatest podcast in the world. Today we have a new face. His name is Aalto the Bunny, along with our usual guests, Malaika the Lion, Mallius the Bear, and me, Khord Kitty. Meow. And I believe this is going to be aired again on Furry FM, and for the first time ever, I actually pronounced it correctly without calling it FM Furry.
About time.
Derp.
That seems like something that would come with normal talking. Hi, I'm Aalto, by the way. New voice.
Tell us about yourself, oh bunny man.
Well, I've been in the fandom for quite a while, since I was younger. And I've gotten a lot of great friends out of it, and it has spawned a new creative sector of my mind in a lot of ways. I'm actually working as kind of just for fun as a poet and stuff, too, for commission. It's fun.
Mr. Creative.
Yeah, it's fun.
Nice.
All right, so...
That's harder than my line of work.
Tell us about your work, Mr. Malaika.
I'd love to know.
I'm a short story writer and a novelist.
That's fun.
Yeah, it seems a lot harder to come up with ideas when you're trying to do a poem compared to actually sitting down and writing everything out.
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing, and also with poetry, what I do is speed writing, because I used to do a lot of poetry slams and stuff. So what I have to do is I come up with a poem and write it out entirely without stopping. 20 minutes, meter, rhyme, rhythm, everything.
The only writing that... Oh, go on.
And that's just pretty hard. I might even read one today. Who knows? I might, if I have time, I'll find one. They're pretty short.
Yeah, the only writing I would do is if I'm like doing some sort of silly song. Like when I make a song and I make the lyrics to it, I try to make it as ridiculous as possible. To me, I don't know. I feel like a song making me laugh is more powerful than a song that makes me go, oh, yeah, that's a nice melody. Roar, you make me roar.
You know, I was actually thinking of going back to my old parody days. Like, when I used to make songs when I was a teenager, they were all, like, parodies and just making fun of rap songs in general. Like, you guys remember Soulja Boy's track, Donk, or whatever the heck it was called. I made my own version, was pretty silly, about some chick taking a dump. So,
the donk.
Yeah, well, you get the point. So yeah, it was pretty silly stuff. I was thinking about going back into that. And just an FYI, folks, this is Mallius the Bear, lead broadcast manager of Furry FM, and also artist and CEO of my label that I'm trying to launch.
And I am Khord Kitty. I made this podcast, and now somebody cited me as a producer. I'm like, ooh, fancy schmancy.
No, I just told you that you could do the editing because I'm having technical issues at the moment.
It's all right. So the thing I do is I do acting in real life. I also like to sing, play piano, lots of stuff, compose. Currently living in New York City, and it's very fun. Doing a lot of work, working on shows, being a background extra. And that's what I do. Kitty persona. She's a girl.
Yeah, that's not weird at all.
Totally not. So I don't think I gave... Malaika, you already said... Everybody knows you're a lion, right?
Yeah, I'm actually a feral. I've never had an anthroform.
The thing that confuses me is I'm looking at your current icon on Skype, and I don't remember you having a diaper in the past.
I am also a baby fur.
Aha! I actually didn't know that. Maybe it's because I have a short attention span. I'm like, oh, look, baby fur.
Yeah, like the last episode when you ran into the wall. Yeah, that was pretty fun.
Although, technically... furs or baby furs, like there's not really a feral baby. They're more like feral cubs, right? Am I wrong?
Cubs, puppies, kits, yeah.
But the problem is you can't call yourself a cub fur because that just means you're older than what you want to be, which is so confusing. Well, no, there's cub furs and baby furs. They're two different categories. Like baby furs are younger than cub furs.
And the problem I run into is I actually do not know the age of my baby fursona, because the age range of a cub is different compared to anthros.
Yeah, it could be like a cub, a teenager or something like that, or even just a cub is referred to by their father or mother or both as their son. Instead of son in the human world, is cub in the animal world.
I figured that my fursona's age is 2, and no, I'm not a baby fur, but a feral fur, thus, it's in cat years. So I found a cat year calculator and found that 27 translates to about 2.5.
Could you actually find a bear year calculator? Because I need that.
The internet is a very wide and vast place, and I bet there probably is something like that, but I wouldn't want to bet a very high wager.
My actual fursona is at a prime age of 6.
Well, that's actually pretty damn old for a lion, I think.
Actually, that's
not bad
that's when the lion's in his prime is 6 or 7.
But they're not a baby when they're 6.
No.
Then wouldn't you have to be a different age if you're a baby fur? Unless you're a diaper fur, which is actually a fur of any age but wears a diaper. And don't ask me why I know all this. Let's just say I know baby furs. They've told me shit. And I am not in any way involved in the baby fur fandom whatsoever.
Yeah, be
careful.
Sort of be careful what you say about baby furs, because guess who? My boss is one. So.
Did I ever talk about how much I love your boss? Your boss is cool. I bet.
Your boss is the most beautiful baby I've ever seen. I just want to take your boss, and I want to put a diaper on you. He's the cutest boss ever.
And Binks and
I'm just picturing like a baby fur just smoking a big old cigar behind a desk now. It's pretty funny to me.
I have nothing against baby furs at all. I just got to make clear I'm not a part of that fandom.
Yeah, yes. And just if you're listening, Binks, just kidding around,
Yes.
We love you. We love you in a creepy sense. No. I actually haven't gotten to talk to him. I hope to talk to him one day. I mean, if he's the leader of this glorious, glorious radio thing, that's awesome.
That's pretty fun.
I could arrange it. I'll talk to him after the show. You're probably going to hear this anyway, so.
Sweet.
But no diaper changing. I'm not going to do any diaper changes. All right? No RP.
Shut up. Shut up.
You think it's a joke, but guess what? I've been asked to do a diaper change in RP by baby furs at least twice. At least twice. That's the truth.
Oh, I have been too, but I just don't do it.
Okay.
Same.
And, okay, my excuse why I don't, not only is it kind of, I don't like any sort of role play with actual poop in it, but no thumbs, sorry.
You do not have thumbs, this is true, you poor little thing.
Thumbs is required for many diaper changes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But,
okay, moving on now.
I'm actually an anthro, so, like, I don't know, I never had to think about the feral years thing. Back on that topic, I'm sorry to go back to the years topic, but as an anthro, I've always just had my son be whatever age I was, so I guess it makes it easier.
So yeah, and also you have thumbs. You could completely change Malaika's diaper anytime you want.
I do not mess my diapers.
Then why do you have it on in the first place? Is it just sort of a stylistic type thing? You're making a fashion statement?
That's how I've come to understand. Yes.
Yeah, like, ooh, like, la, I have the latest fashion. Like, oh my god,
That would be kind of weird, but awesome. I can understand that, though. I can understand that.
The only time in adulthood where I actually wore a diaper was during an episode of Blue Bloods, where I had to pretend to be in a diaper baby costume, whatever. And I didn't really get it. Like, it didn't really feel like much of anything. It just felt like something. So
you were playing a adult baby in that episode, or
an adult dressed up in a baby in a Halloween costume.
Yeah.
But I didn't really see the appeal of it. But I think I totally tried to. I think I teased all the baby furs I could. I was like, "Hey, I just lived out your dream on TV, biatch."
Nice.
As I said, I'm barely on the fringe of it, though.
Yeah, there's a lot to learn, of course. It's a whole, there's several different sects of the fandom, and baby fur is not just the only one. There's like so many little groups. There's a transformation group that I'm technically a part of, like, because it's a Werecat. I don't say that part very much because when people think Werecat, they think ugly, disgusting, scary.
They actually think that way when it comes to any were creature. So it's like, yeah.
And it makes me think, well, how come a were has to look ugly? Why can't a were be Werecute? You know, where it's at. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, there's a double standards when, especially canine furs, you know, with werewolves. So.
Huh? What's that standard?
Yeah, saying that, werewolves supposed to be the handsome one, blah, blah, blah. I think most werewolves just look like sticks. No offense.
I don't know any handsome werewolves, so I don't know what you're talking about.
My point is aptly, tell that to the canines.
Maybe in the movie Teen Wolf, like they try to make him kind of swaggy.
You mean the MTV show Teen Wolf, where they try to make them look like the stereotypical Twilight total crapheads, you know?
Yeah.
Oh god, the new Teen Wolf was so not okay with me. Huh. I actually thought Teen Wolf was a pretty fun thing when I was younger, and it was really, I mean, it wasn't like originally like just put on by Disney, but it was kind of adult for Disney, if I remember correctly.
I don't know. Yeah, I never really watched the Disney Channel at all, but
I haven't seen the
actual movie, but I think it was produced by Disney.
I heard that was actually I heard the rumor of it, but I'm not very sure. I haven't seen the Disney Channel since the cancellation of That's So Raven back in 2005, so I have no idea.
So yeah, Disney, we could all agree it was good in the early 90s and while Disney was alive.
And early 2000s, you know, Disney.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish... I don't know. I was never a big fan of Disney Channel as a kid. I always watched, I love the movies. I didn't actually watch the channel, though. I always was watching the Cartoon Network as a kid.
Yeah, you know,
I love Dexter.
I was the same way. You know, I never watched. You know, I regret that I missed out on Timon and Pumbaa and Goof Troop.
I got to see that.
Goof Troop was on long before Disney.
Yeah, I was gonna say Goof. Well, before Disney Channel was like a really big thing. Yeah, Goof Troop was actually on before Disney Channel actually got fully set up. They had Goof Troop. I think it was on KSWB, wasn't it? Like, a lot of Disney shows were on KSWB and Disney Channel.
When was Disney Channel launched? I know Toon Disney was launched later.
Toon Disney was launched, later. It was Toon Disney was launched with all the good cartoons on and stuff.
But Disney Channel was launched in, I think I hear Khord typing. He might go to Wikipedia.
Oh, no, that's someone else typing. It was originally from 1983 to 1997, the Disney Channel.
Well, in that case, that was enough time for them to air Goof Troop. So what the heck was the delay there?
Well, I don't know, because Goof Troop was on KSWB for a while, and it stayed on there even when it was on Disney Channel at the same time. But all the new episodes started air on Disney Channel and Toon Disney.
It's weird how everything, it starts off innocent. It's like, we just want to make some cartoons. And then they become these huge, godless conglomerates that praise money and destroy everything that you love.
You know, I'm kind of like, you know what is the sad thing? Remember when Nickelodeon was like the king of cartoons and stuff? They had like so many good shows.
Yeah.
And now look at what has happened to them. They're just like, it's just 90% of shows in there are live action now.
And it's not even really good live action. They used to have. I mean, they had live action even in the 90s, but they used to have like a crap load of shows, and now it's like only 5 shows, 2 from the 90s, Very Odd Parents and SpongeBob, and that's it. And all the others is like gone away. You know, tried to put it on the Nicktoons channel, but I think it's even on air now because all their classic stuff is just gone. It was late.
It's ridiculous. And the worst part, I think, is... Actually, no, I think a good thing is, though, for the most part, Cartoon Network has listened to its fan base. They actually got a new CEO a while ago. I'm not sure you heard about that. And I think it's a different guy than the guy who iced Toonami entirely. But they brought back Toonami on Adult Swim. They got rid of like almost all of their live action shows, and they've gotten rid of almost every cartoon everyone disliked unanimously, except for I think one, which is Johnny Test. A lot of people seem to really dislike. I don't like it either.
Johnny Test is pretty cool. Now, the other stupid show with the crappy toilet animation problem solvers.
Oh, I got rid of that already. That's gone.
That show just it's like I could have drawn that myself, and I draw like maybe a 14-year-old level, and that's pretty good if you've been drawing since like 2 years old or something.
Now, the reason why I can't really contribute to that, because actually both me and Malaika, we're in our late 20s, and Mallius and Aalto you're in your early 20s. So you kind of saw a slightly different generation of cartoons when you're growing.
Oh, no. I used to, I liked, my favorite cartoon shows as a kid. Like, one of my big ones was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I love that stuff.
Yeah, I've seen all generation of TMNT. I love all the generations, I prefer maybe a little more the 90s one, but I the 80s version of TMNT still, so... oh my god, it was so awesome. They were just party animals, pizza, and I just... Even now, I can watch that and be like, this is awesome. Yeah, the 90s, just for some reason, it was like a more rebel, grunge, punk rock version of the 60s, without the...
Yeah, and it was more like surfer dudes. They were California surfer dudes. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And being from California, I was just like, oh, I see these kind of people all the time. But I remember another show I really look back on and realized I was not smart enough to get how witty this show was. Batman the Animated Series in the 90s. That show had some serious wit in its dialogue and its writing and everything that was just really, really adult.
I'm like that with Beavis and Butthead.
You want to talk about something that was adult. There was Animaniacs. Was both was a cartoon for adults and children.
Yeah, Animaniacs. That's a good way to balance the education of something that PBS wished they had, but at the same time was funny. It's like the writers and the producers of Animaniacs knew what the heck they were doing. Period. They knew how to balance to teach kids stuff, but at the same time make you laugh your butt off. They knew exactly how to put it together, and I have to say...
And it still had adult humor.
Yeah.
Tom Minton, I remember during his panel at Anthrocon, he's, one of the creators of, one of the writers of Animaniacs, he made a good point that, a lot of the times it's about whether the writers have something to say, like they have just some sort of opinion that they're trying to really get across, rather than a bunch of stupid humor like you might see on Family Guy or quite a lot of the newer cartoons.
Yeah, but what I do like? I really enjoy two shows that really get it, I think. Regular Show, and a lot of people I had this one friend, she's like stupid, first of all, and I'm sorry to say it like that, but God, she is. And she pretty much said, I don't think they should have Regular Show on daytime Cartoon Network. I'm like, why not?
Well,
because this was pissed off and stuff like that. I'm like, first of all, that's not even that bad compared to some of the 90s cartoons. Like, some of the 90s cartoons, they had really subtle references, but they were now if I look back on them, I'm like, this is some really seriously adult references that are very subtle but brilliant.
Yeah, but regular shows sort of remind me, they say the word piss in the show, and where in the 90s Ren and Stimpy said crap. That was a little taboo for the 90s. I mean, this
Ren and Stimpy's a classic, man. That's such a good show.
But piss is one of the 7 words you can't say on television.
At the time. Until now, the S word.
Now it's completely uncensored and everything. I think, and also another thing, I really like Adventure Time, hear me out on this one. I like it not for the fact that it's super goofy. I like it for the fact that when you look past the goofiness, you see it actually has a deep storyline behind it and stuff. It actually goes in order. And I also like how Pendleton Ward does give nods to fan theories, and actually at some point incorporates them into the show, or at panels he'll say, "Oh, that is correct. That is what I was going for."
Yeah.
Instead of leaving it on the open.
Well, as a big fan of Regular Show, my thoughts on Adventure Time is... Sorry, but just...
I like both a lot, and that's perfectly fine. I've met both the guys who make the shows, both awesome dudes. I've met J.G. Quintel, I've met Pendleton Ward. They're both really cool, and I respect both of them in their creative styles and their humor to an extent, and I think they're both awesome.
I think I just heard the entire audience go all jelly.
What?
Yeah.
For me, I gotta tell you guys about this. I met them while cosplaying Marshall Lee, who was gender-bent Marceline from Adventure Time.
I'm totally lost. I don't watch Adventure Time at all. My brother tells me, "Oh, it's the greatest show ever," and I see it, and I'm like, I don't think it's funny. If it's a comedy, I don't get it.
It's not really supposed to be comedy. It's comedy for young people, serious, actual storytelling for older people. But anyway, I was cosplaying a gender-bent version of one of the characters, and I was walking around Comic-Con. This is a couple of years ago. And I ended up running into Pendleton Ward and J.D. Quintel on the way back from a panel. And I guess they were just bopping around because there was no panel for a while after that. And I said, "Oh my god, hey!" And they were like, "Oh, dude." And I'm like, "Oh, you're J.D. Quintel." And he was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Can I get a hug?" And he's like, "Sure, sure." And he like signed a little picture for me and gave me a hug. And then Pendleton Ward, who I didn't even notice was staying next to him because let me just break this down. J.D. Quintel was wearing slacks and a nice white button down with the untuck. He looked good. He was ready to go to a panel. Pendleton Ward is in his pajama pants, and I think his entire just pajamas in general and bunny slippers.
All I know about that series is that the two people who made it while they were influenced under pot.
That's
pot?
show.
Are you sure it was pot? Yeah, I was going to say, that's more like regular show.
I thought that was Adventure Time. Oh, well, I don't know. I can't tell the difference.
No, Adventure Time is more like people that were doing acid. Dan, what can we...
And I hugged them both, and I got to talk to them. It was really interesting, because they actually are both really intelligent and really nice guys. They didn't let the fame go to their head at all. I think J.G. Quintel still works on his DeviantArt page. And Pendleton Ward has supported countless indie projects since Adventure Time hit it big. So I'm really happy to have met two guys like that.
Oh yeah, on the subject of indie products, somebody has, actually like 3 or 4 people, sent me this thing about this game being made by this guy who helped design a Mega Man. He's trying to fund his own side-scroller.
I funded that.
Absolutely everyone just linked it to me, and it got funded like within less than a week. It was like just zoomed out the door.
3 days it hit its goals. Like, it's going to the next goal now. It's ridiculous. And I'm so happy about that, because actually it's not just one guy from Mega Man. If you read it, it's almost everyone from the original Mega Man is involved in this.
Yeah, so I could tell my roommate he's going to have some messed up pants after this. I mean, it sounds like if you like Mega Man, and I've never played it in my life, I've never seen gameplay, then you will love it. And I'm just kind of like, I am so out of this culture. No, I'm not really much of a gamer. I'm a casual gamer. Like, I've gotten totally hardcore. I'm on level like 265 of not Plants vs Zombies, Candy Crush Saga. So that's kind of
I'm so upset the I'm playing. Mega Man isn't not.
You might actually hate me too, because I only play like video games maybe once a year of my life.
I'm a mega gamer. I'm one of those nerds who has a game wall of NES games. Like, that's me. I have it right behind me right now as we're speaking. NES, then it's actually overflowing my wall now.
So you have the posters too, I bet.
Oh, I have plenty of posters. I have posters, I have old game boxes, I have a working NES, a working Atari 2600 I fixed myself.
Here we go. I'm on level 285 of Candy Crush Saga. Boom.
We need to get you into, like, Zelda or something.
Unfortunately, all my games are on the PC, and every single one of them is installed.
Whenever I, like, pay money for a game, it's just, like, it makes me feel hollow and awful on the inside, because I'm like, I don't value it enough to pay for it, to be honest. I mean, I'm not that much of a gamer. I mean, that's not my life.
Play Zelda.
I think at one point I played some Zelda variant, and I played it for like 10, 20 minutes. It was
Which
like
one? The first one?
I have no idea.
I'm talking about the first one.
Might have been. It was a Game Boy type emulator.
Nope, it's not the one you want. You want NES Legend of Zelda.
It's
one of the best explorative, amazing. just defined the genre of action RPGs at the time.
I'm lazy. Send me the emulator ROM, because I'm just like, whatever, I don't care.
I could totally, but yeah, I actually have that. I have the golden cartridge of that one, too.
Ooh, the golden cartridge. Ooh, it sounds fancy. Look at me, I got golden cartridge.
Yeah, I'm just a collector.
Yeah, you could just take the gold and make a grill out of it.
Dang it, no, don't do that.
That's fancy.
It's so pretty, I couldn't. But yeah, oh my god, I'm sorry, I'm a geek for games. I just love it.
Well, that was probably the longest kind of intro off all topic easy we ever had for the show, which is good because we got to fill up a whole hour. Yeah. And most of our shows, they're like 30 minutes, but whoa, now it's like we have an hour. It's like, oh boy, an excuse to kind of bitch around.
Plus freaking music, is to add on top of it.
All right, so let's go to our very first topic. Let's go to a topic that will probably won't be talked about for very long. I don't think so. I mean,
yeah, hopefully not, because we are coming up to a music break pretty soon. So yeah.
All right, so this will probably be a short topic. What would be ideal in the next iPhone 6? Okay, this is pretty much all I have to say about it. Start being good.
Yeah, and
the stupid enhancements.
Yes, and also FYI, for all you Apple users out there, Android rules. That's all.
I just use an Apple because I had it for free, and like all the upgrades were free because it's an AT&T plan. So I don't really care. I'm just like, okay, it's free, whatever.
I'm sorry, but you have a phone where the only thing you can change is a freaking wallpaper. You're limited to pretty much just a bleep, 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 of so-called Steve Jobs. R.I.P. to him, but still, he sucked. And, yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say he sucked. He was a brilliant businessman. He was just not
the 1980s. Stole most of his ideas.
His company still got a lot of money, even in today's world.
Yeah,
but
you have
he wasn't...
who are still buying the crappy products. Yes, that's why.
I'm completely sorry. Go on.
I think I would. But okay. That being said, I think I wouldn't own a Mac or Linux running OS thing because I don't know. I'm too used to Windows 7 and I love it too much. And I will never ever stop loving it because I like my PC.
Hopefully the Windows 9 is a bit more like 7, you know what I mean?
Oh, God, please. I've noticed a pattern. Windows 95, innovative, new, cool. Windows 9, kind of a slight improvement. Then they got to the next Windows, I think it was NT, and that was not very good. XP, everyone loved it. Vista, everyone hated it. 7, everyone loved it. 8, everyone hated it. It's just back and forth. So
yeah, I noticed that. I noticed that Microsoft, even since the 90s, where they made a good product for the beginning, and then when they go to the second product, it sucked. They go to another one, it's good. Windows 98. Go to the other one, Windows something 2000, rip off of 2000, it sucked balls. XP was good. Windows 7, good.
Vista was bad.
Yeah.
Then 7 was good, and then 8 is bad.
Yeah, I forgot about Vista. Was before 7. Vista was bad. 7 was good. Now 8 is bad. Hopefully, maybe Microsoft and that idiot who retired, thank God, who was part of Microsoft and pretty much took Bill Gates' place. Now that he's gone, hopefully Microsoft will come up with a better version of Windows for the 9, hopefully.
I mean, I'm guessing they have some feedback. There's got to be like an unlimited amount of people giving them feedback and ideas. Like, why do they keep messing up every other time if they have all of these probably really good ideas from really good programmers all around the world saying, oh, hey, just have this, don't have this, because it's really clear what's wrong with the Windows, and it's like they can't see it. Like, they're the only ones in the world that can't see what's wrong with their own product.
No, it's not just that. Yeah. They just don't want to see it. They just thought, oh, everyone's just a little pissed off because it's like a big change for a new design, blah, 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 and they later figure it out. And not only that, but they also shot themselves in the foot, in the crotch, and everywhere else by limiting the freaking ad spots. They just screw themselves over, and Sony was just...
It was a terrible idea.
Yeah, just taking all of their money. Just Sony is like laughing at them, like, finally, we made a comeback. Bleep, 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 you stupid bleep bleeps. Pretty much.
Sony is just brilliant, though. I've always been a Sony kid, by the way. Like, I love Sony products. I'm so gay for Sony. But
if Sony and you were together, would you like take them out on a date?
I would take him out on the most expensive date ever. It'd be like ridiculous.
You know, all romantic, you
Dinners.
know, rose petal flowers, you know, nice candlelight visual.
I'd be like, yeah, stick that big Japanese in me.
On the
That happened.
And now, boom, the first censor of the night.
Yeah, Khord, don't forget, please add bleep into that.
Yeah, I'll just, whatever. I'll go like, instead.
I mean, it's okay
beeps are
for...
just so stereotypical.
Well,
I can't say this word.
it's okay for like once, you know, at least for maybe one or two throughout the whole episode, but the last episode we were like cursing in almost every other word, at least quoted from Binks himself, so yeah, just...
Aalto, pretend you're saying this to your mother or your grandmother. And that might be a good way to do
no,
it.
because you know, most of us don't act really stupid around them. We want to still have listeners, thank you.
True. All right, so are we at the mark yet?
Yeah, I believe so. So we're gonna go take a nice little music break.
Good idea. Let's go.
I love to eat, eat, eat. Food's a treat, treat, treat. Nothing beats, beats, beats. Tasty sweets, sweets, sweets. Eating lifts my spirit higher. Numbing lets my mind unwire. Craving what might be laying around 5 seconds before it's lifted off the ground. I love to eat, eat, eat. Food's a treat, treat, treat. Nothing beats, beats, beats. Tasty sweets, sweets, sweets. Food is like a battle against the kettle. You will lose until you finish the last Danish. You're eating your prey before it ever tries to get away. I love to eat, eat, eat. Food's a treat, treat, treat. Nothing beats, beats, beats. Tasty sweets, sweets, sweets. Sweet build sweets inside a dark place. Too high, soon they'll go down south. First put them in your mouth. I like to eat, eat, eat. Food's a treat, treat, treat. Nothing beats, beats, beats. Tasty sweet, sweet, sweet.
Oh, welcome to the first greatest podcast in the world. Again, back from the commercials, or not commercials, of the song. Yay, songs are fun.
Yeah, we still need to work on that title of the show, dude.
Oh, no, the title's just fine. I'm just kind of derped right now. I got an email that said that it's just really stupid. Like, so basically, there was this one company, and they booked me for 2 different movies to be background in, and I canceled one, and now I'm not going to have work tomorrow because they thought I canceled both, so...
yeah.
So that means I lost literally about $100 for no reason at all. So now I'm just kind of going crazy because I'm like, oh my god, this is awful. But whatever, I'll get over it.
Yeah, dude, you know, I would go into boss mode. You're supposed to be the head boss of this podcast, so it's like go into boss mode. You know, I usually do that with you, and you have this uncomfortable little reply like, sorry.
What? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm boss. I'm the boss, kitty.
Boss. Yeah. Hey, topic.
Now we have Malika's topic. Starving artists.
Do it.
I'm sure lots of furs could empathize with the starving artists.
Yeah, it's no joke. I can guarantee that one.
Yeah.
No, you mean by starving, like as in like just lack of funding, or you're trying to get to that status of people, commission you?
I'm literally talking starving, like no food in the house, your bills are late, and about to get shut off kind of ordeal.
Ooh.
You can't get sometimes you really can't get commissions that you absolutely need, especially for someone like me who's a writer. No one wants to read GIF art. They want to have instant gratification of art.
Yeah. And I have a lot of friends.
I don't get enough credit for the work I do. And so I actually set up a donation thing in which no one has ever donated anything.
He's a doo-doo.
I'm thinking Khord.
Sorry, I was thinking of Beavis and Butthead. Another classic 90s cartoon.
Yes, Beavis and Butthead, the gods, definitely.
But yeah.
I just watched the movie last night.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh my god, I love that movie.
So good.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay,
now
back
to
to reality.
Starving artist. I guess I'm not really starving. I just had a 32-inch pizza today, so I am really not starving. But I'm kind of
bragging at the wrong time, dude. Bragging.
Sorry.
At the wrong time.
Well, what can I say? It's New York. New York pizza's good. Visit New York.
Delicious. It's big.
Support our economy and buy pizza. Thank you.
More like support, right now, support Malaika for right now.
Okay, I'll throw some pizza towards Malaika's way, and I hope it reaches Texas.
And I can feel Malaika's pain because as a poet, I don't get a lot of commission either. Like in real life, I've gotten maybe because I do have an actual day job, like normally, but poetry is like another way to make some extra money for me. And what I do is, rather than just collect royalties on WikiNut and stuff, I try to get some degree of commission from a writers guild, but it's difficult, and I do agree with that. And even for visual artists, it's also difficult sometimes because, I mean, some visual artists, like, people wonder, like, I had a friend who was charging literally for slots in for commissions, and they were really good. They were colored sketches. They were like, I think, $30, and this artist, like, this person's been to art school, they're fantastic artists, could not get those slots filled, and had so many people complain, $30 for a slightly colored sketch, that's too much. And like, well, you gotta understand, I need to eat and like live. I bought this tablet, I'm working my way through art school by myself again, I'm trying to get my master's, and it's hard out there, and people don't realize that artists, when they charge, I mean, charging like $500 for one picture is kind of overkill. I've seen artists do that on like auctions and stuff. But, I mean, if it's like $30 for a picture, what are you complaining about? If you have enough money to complain about that much money being spent on a picture, you really should buy that picture. Because that's not a lot of money.
Yeah.
And see, I only do $20 a short story, and that goes anywhere between 10 and 20 pages, if I'm lucky.
Wow.
And I rely on tips, especially right now since I have a job that's only giving me 4 hours a week. Donations would be nice every once in a while.
Yeah.
And just an advice, I'm pretty sure you know the obvious way to increase, donations-wise. You probably know the answers to these. Do more art, get better at art, and reach out to the audience with majority of 97% GIF.
You said GIF? No!
That's actually acceptable. I mean, even though that's like the furry version of the word, the F word, but isn't it? Like, I always thought that. Think about it.
Okay. I guess GIF makes a family, so thus it's family-friendly language.
Well, not family-friendly, but at least for in this case, depending on how we use it.
Mommy, what does GIF mean?
Oh, God.
No.
Go ask your father!
Go ask your mother.
You shouldn't listen to that show.
Where is that internet police in the shows? That's their job, not a parent's job.
Oh, boy.
Let's see. I wanted to try to give some advice to starving artists. The best thing I could say, I mean, there's a billion furry websites out there. You could, in fact, track them all down using WikiFur that has like a huge database of literally every fur community known to man. And if you use and utilize every single forum that's on that to promote your stuff, show off your prices, show off your samples, just go crazy. All of them are platforms to making sure that you are a slightly less starving artist.
Another thing I could recommend actually is to start out, say you're just getting on FA. It's kind of hard to get a lot of views and watchers right off the bat. I've seen this work really, really well in a lot of my friends' favors. I had a friend who got on day 2 of being on FA. They had 1,500 page views. And here's why. They did a whole bunch of journals and little pictures and then said, 5 free character drawing slots. Anything you want. Drew it, showed off their skills for the first 5, and then after a while, after about a week, they started charging for commissions. And they started to get good commission. Because they just put themselves out there. It's all about really putting yourself out there and how you advertise yourself.
Yeah, and also it's like a certain way you do it. You know, like for me, music-wise, I pretty much step outside of the fandom. The reason why I even just started doing music for the furry fandom, like around 2011 or so, or late 2011, was because I wanted to increase views, increase fans, stuff like that, etc. So that's the only reason why. But for me personally, if you're trying to be widespread, you can't just stay stuck in a fandom per se. You step outside of the box,
See, that's why I also write novels at the same time, but that's not going much of anywhere either.
At one point, I had commissions open for both music and art and stuff like that, and then after a while, I was just kind of like, I guess I don't need this, because I have my other work that paid pretty well, so, I guess I'm not really a starving artist right now, but, I guess I'm a jerk for saying so. More censor stuff. But yeah, no, I've sympathy for starving artists. It's a big part of the fandom, and yeah, I mean the best thing to do is think about what is your customer thinking. What's the person who wants to buy your art thinking? They're not thinking about you because they don't know about you yet. How do you find out? How do you make them know about you? You go out and you figure out a way to connect to them, figure out where they are, what they look at, and then just try to suck yourself in that world and think, okay, what is this person looking at? And that should help a little bit. Finding your artist, finding your niche is the best way to start a business.
That's true.
And see, that's where, for me, something like So Furry comes into play, because I've got a lot of page views on it.
Let's assume I am the one person that is going to buy all of your stuff, and I'm like the perfect guy. And I'm not on So Furry. Like, I went on So Furry once, but I'm on Fur Affinity. Maybe one day I'll see you on the top of Fur Affinity in one of those flash advertisements. You never know. But you sort of see what I mean? You gotta, are all the people who want to buy your art on So Furry?
Unfortunately not, because when it comes to short story writing, most of them are on So Furry.
What's Grey Dawn? I thought Grey Dawn was a writing site too.
There's another really good writing site, not necessarily made for adult writing, mind you, but it's called WikiNut, and they actually will pay your royalties depending on page views.
WikiNut, that's funny.
It's a great. I'll read. Hang on, I have some things actually posted on there right now. I got an entire page, and as long as people view them without having ad block or anything on, I get a little bit of royalties from it because I get ad revenue from my poems that people read. It's decent. It's a good thing, and I have good 5 pages posted on there that have good views and have been favorited, and I've been featured and all that great stuff. It's fun.
Sounds pretty dope to me.
Would anyone have a problem with it if I read a short poem or two here?
I have a huge problem with it. Okay, well, how long is this short poem? Because some people are like, here's a short poem.
Literally 2 stanzas.
As long as it's a haiku or whatever, go.
It's not. It's based off a song. It's just 2 stanzas.
All right, Swaggy, let's go.
Here we go. You held together through it all, even when you stumble and fall. No effort from the other side, not enough passion left to die. And when the very last bone breaks, you need to mend for your own sake. All the oaths are made of roses' lies. Promises went up to the sky.
I should have brought Sly the raccoon, and he would have given us a beatbox backing.
That would have been awesome. Because, yeah, I used to do a lot of poetry slams. That's why my writing style is very, very short, concise, and still has a rhyme and meter to it.
Aalto, I'll have to send you a copy of my, the one poem I did that got me a Editor's Choice Award.
Right on.
Ooh, swaggy.
Yeah, I got featured off a recent one I did called Lapon. And that was good. But, yeah, I mean, it's hard out there. Just remember that. I think we've milked this topic at this point.
I guess so, but that's the idea. Just keep milking it until you're out of milk and you have a cow with a very swollen udder.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Next topic is mine, which is the Tosh.0 furry. Now, for some context, I had a lot of furs from a lot of sites, and I meet a lot of furs, and sometimes you meet somebody who ends up doing something that the whole fandom goes like, what?
Stop doing that right now.
Stop doing that now. And one of those furs is Cody the Arctic Fox, who decided, hey, I'm going to go on Tosh.0, the popular Comedy Central show where they show off YouTube videos, or I think one of the producers or something contacted him, and then he's on the show, and now the entire fandom is like, what? Because not only does it tease furries, but it kind of does it in a funny way that even furries could enjoy.
Yeah.
No, it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I'll be the first to admit it.
But it also kind of makes a mockery of the stereotypes, and I think for the most part it's positive. Like, you have to call it positive in comparison to the other appearances, like on
CSI, whatever.
Yeah, CSI, Chew Fox, just all the other ones that kind of, what they did was they perpetuated the stereotypes rather than satirized.
You know what? I will say as much, even though I never even met Cody, upon watching him come onto the show and talk, I thought, this guy seems like a stand-up guy. He seems pretty cool, and he seems to know what he's talking about to an extent here, and that's good. It's a good thing.
Well, I have some good news. It's very likely we're going to be able to have him as a guest host on the next upcoming episode.
I'm going to give him a hug.
Yeah, he couldn't do today because apparently he's at his cousin's or whatever, yada, 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 he can't do it. So, but yeah, no, we're going to make him a guest, and we'll be able to talk about it a little bit more in depth, just to sort of see what's going on. I mean, of course, there's a lot of furs that are saying, oh, you did it for the fame and glory. What's wrong with you? Damn.
They don't even get that. They don't even, get hardly anything from, that. From going on Tosh.0.
Yeah, I don't really think, getting any money from, a 2013 version of Talk Soup or something is, it's going to get any cash or royalties, whatever, from that.
Well, you get some cash to a degree, but you wouldn't get, major bank that's like, oh, you're a sellout. No.
Although, some good news, he did get a fursuit.
Wow.
Wait, let me guess, the same fursuit that he wore in the show?
That's correct. Yeah, it just hasn't been sent in yet.
Cool.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Although they did take his gonads. If you haven't seen the actual skit, yeah, they took his gonads.
Nice. Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Damn that, Barker. But yeah, we're giving a little spoilers.
Baka.
Yeah, just check it out on just Google Tosh.0 furry, and it's right there. It's a pretty funny video. I think it's obviously Tosh.0 is a troll, and I don't even think he writes his own material, but regardless, he's doing his job.
He was an improv and a shot comic too, so he's doing his job well, considering that.
Yeah, you can't really judge a guy for doing his job. I mean, come on.
I think he's funny. I've always liked him.
But I think you can judge someone like Ann Coulter, who's technically, although her job is to just be inflammatory and a jerk to everyone, that still something like that. That's something to be kind of inflamed about. Just
I think when Daniel Tosh does it, it's all in good fun. He's not really trying to hurt these people's feelings. He's trying to be fun. It's like an insult comic.
As opposed to Ann Coulter, who is trying to spit on the graves of literally everybody who is good, and then praising everyone who's bad. Kind of twisted up world of craziness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually recently contacted by the producer of A Solemn Entertainment, which provided stories for MTV's True Life episode. And I know they've been going around for, 4 years now, trying to get stories and stuff. And I talked to her. She seemed pretty cool, whatever. But when I do it, it's like, I'm trying not to kind of crap on my own grave in the real world, but at the same time, I want to kind of give the fandom, break the fandom out of the stereotype,
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Well,
I mean, the best way to do that is just your everyday, how you act in public. Like, don't be one of those people who, acts kind of like, I don't know how to describe it.
Like a typical shutout from society. No.
Thank you, yeah. Don't be one of those people.
I'm sorry, but my family, I was raised by all either good-looking Casanovas or jocks, which is why I never became a gamer or a typical, sorry to say this, nerdy furry, because I was raised by too many people that wouldn't allow me to become that, so I'm not that way, so that's no problem.
Well, see, I was always kind of a nerd, but over time I realized, there's a point where you gotta grow up and be a person in society.
Oh,
and
no, I still have my intelligence, in certain stuff,
absolutely. Yes.
2-3% nerd. I guess that kind of make me seem like a Ben Franklin in a way, but at the same time, I'm the same guy that would run at a football field and kick your butt, and so yeah.
Get away from me, Ben Franklin! Don't kick my butt.
Yeah, they're leaving the field with broken legs right now.
Yeah, let's see. How much time do we have left, guys? Not a lot, a little bit.
Is there one more break? One more song break? Mallius could answer this question. He has control.
Yeah, I was actually thinking, what kind of music would we play anyways for these breaks?
Well, to be honest, I believe that Rap Superstar by DMX is a very good song that, like, in next episode by Snoop Dogg, there are ones that they disappeared over time, but when I listen to them over again, I'm like, wow, this is, like, the best rap music of the year 2000. So, like, why is it forgotten?
I recommend a few songs as well once we get a break to do so.
Yeah, now I listen to rap now, and it sounds like complete diarrhea. Yeah, I don't know what happened after 2005.
I forgot there's some good songs.
You listen to mainstream rap. There is still some really, really good stuff in the underground.
I haven't heard either.
I didn't know that. I recently just signed a hip-hop artist to my label. He's really good. He's the one that reminded me of this was the music I grew up with. My history as a rapper myself in the past before I switched to pop and electronic. He pretty much reminded me that, there's still good music out there in that genre, or at least it used to be back in the past,
Yeah. Have you heard of Aesop Rock?
You mean A$AP Rocky or something like that?
No, not him.
Oh, you mean the original one from...
Aesop Rock. He's a white guy with a beard.
Wasn't he, like, albino, or was that someone else?
White. I think he's actually white. He looks heck of white. But yeah, Aesop Rock. He is just this amazingly profound rapper. He's one of my favorites, personally. He speaks in metaphor in every single one of his songs, so, like, there are even songs where I've had to, like, look up what he's talking about, because I'm like, none of this is what he's actually talking about. This is all metaphor. I need to look this up. And it's brilliant, really, because I love it. And
I think I remember him. He was a part of the group that called themselves Little Brother. I remember they had a single back in 2004, which was pretty good.
Maybe. I know he's part of the Uncluded. I'm not sure if he's ever part of Little Brother. I would have to check on that. That'd be something for me to look up. I really do like him.
Call me stupid, but Mallius, I actually didn't know you had a label. That's cool. I should audition for you. I should be like, hey, yo, I'm a kitty. Yay, yo, yeah. Something like that, some of my brilliant music.
No. Khord, we should be a band. We should be Tenacious D 2.0 or something.
Tenacious F, yo, for fur.
Yeah, don't put too many of these ideas out there, because I'm sure someone is going to steal them.
Fine, we'll be Tenacious Y for
find you and I'll destroy you. Okay.
Alright, sounds swaggy. We'll do that, and we will. Sorry, I'm using that word more often. I just believe it's really annoying, and that's kind of why I'm using it.
Yeah. So you're gonna make me to the point want to come across this table and just choke you. Huh?
Yeah, you'll choke me right into your label, and I'll be like, yo, I'm the newest, craziest rap kitty in the West and the East, even though I'm only in the West.
Swiggity swooty, give me that booty.
Yay, booty's fun.
Yeah.
All right, so I think we have talked about 3 topics for now.
God.
So, how long until our next break?
Actually, let's kind of get into that right now. Yeah, here's the music break. It's coming right at you. And I'm going to probably have something from my own artist, look him up. I'm trying to get his name correctly. All I know is like 2 A's in it. Haardesty. That's all I know. Maybe you guys can help pronounce it for me.
You should type it and we'll figure it out.
I think his name is...
No. It's not Viking, thank you.
Hinger.
You got that from SpongeBob, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I recognize
Sue me.
it.
All right. Back after this.
Oh, yeah. Be right back.
Dog goes woof, cat goes meow, bird goes tweet, and mouse goes squeak. Cow goes moo, frog goes croak, and the elephant goes toot. Ducks say quack, and fish go blub, and the seal goes ow, ow, ow. But there's one sound that no one knows. What does the fox say? What the fox say? What the fox say? Happy, happy, happy ho. Happy, happy, happy ho. Happy, happy, happy ho. What the fox say? What the fox say? Big blue eyes, pointy nose, chasing mice and digging holes. Tiny paws up the hill. Suddenly you're standing still. Your fur is red, so beautiful, like an angel in disguise. But if you meet a friendly horse, will you communicate by more? How will you speak to that? What does the fox say? What the fox say? What the fox say? What the fox say? What does the fox say? The secret of the fox, ancient mystery, somewhere deep in the woods. I know you're hiding. What is your sound? Will we ever know? Will always be a mystery. What do you think? You're my guardian angel, hiding in the woods. What is your sound? Will we
Welcome to the first greatest podcast in the world. We're back. And just a little update on what I was kind of being all pissy about in the very last section. about there was some sort of mix-up at my work that made it so I didn't have anything to do tomorrow. Well, I contacted them, and they were like, oopsie, made a mistake. So I guess it's semi-resolved, but we'll see what happens tomorrow.
For some reason, I had a feeling it was like, it sounded like they made an error or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they pooped up. So that's probably the last time I'm going to ever say, I can't do work today. They'll screw it up. All right. So, now let's get on to our very last topic of the day, and sure to be one of the most exciting, no pressure, rude people at work. This is the topic of Aalto.
So, for everyone who doesn't know, which is pretty much everyone listening, I work in an animal hospital that is an exotic veterinary place. We see everything except for dogs and cats, really.
Ooh,
So you also, like, work with bears, too?
Well, no, not necessarily. That's Project Wildlife. We do some wildlife, but we don't do anything gigantic or not in the area. Like, we've had a kinkajou before. Anyone know what that is?
No.
No.
Kind of like a lemur plus a raccoon. It's adorable. And they're nocturnal. Got big old eyes.
Although you guys technically aren't allowed to take care of any ferrets because they have been banned in California.
Actually, we are allowed to.
But I thought they were banned in California.
Doesn't matter. We are still allowed to, and we do not tell we don't have to tell the police anything about it.
Okay.
It's not even the police. It's Fish and Game.
Well, I hate to interrupt you, but when since I've only been in San Francisco for I guess a year and a half.
They've been banned forever.
Really?
Mm-hmm. By Fish and Game. Not by the police, by Fish and Game. If
Pretty
the
much.
police catch you, you're not going to have too much of a problem. If Fish and Game catches you with them and starts investigating, then that's when they'll confiscate them.
So, like, if you have them with you on a trip, like a family car trip or something, or...
In California, you do not want to bring ferrets, usually. I actually support the legalization of ferrets in California, as does everyone where I work, because I think they're wonderful animals and they're hilarious.
But you can still have them, like, as a pet at home, right? Yeah.
You can't legally.
Really?
Not in California.
And in New York City, you can't have them in New York City either.
Didn't they just pass in New York you can't do it?
Yeah, they hate ferrets.
That was recent. California has been banned since, I think, the mid-90s, late 80s.
Let's just say...
Very long time.
If I live anywhere, they get banned there somehow. I'm like...
It sucks. And Hawaii. It's only Hawaii, New York, and California.
And I've never actually seen a ferret with my own eyes in my life.
So it's like New York, the state, or the city New York, or...
City.
State. It's a state law.
Oh, I thought it was just city.
They're all state laws. Because Fish and Game is a state department. Anyway, I work over there, and I work in exotic animal hospital. Now, I love my job. I do client services. It's fun. It's rewarding. I get to help people and animals. I do a little bit of entertaining, a little bit of reception, a little bit of kennel work, a little bit of tech work. All kind of mashed together in one. It's a lot of pressure. But occasionally, you'll have some people come in or call on the phone that are so unfathomably rude that it's just, like, ridiculous. And, it's crazy. Like, I'll give you guys a good example of a story. This just happened yesterday.
Now, before you say the story, I want to correct you, and I found out, according to Wikipedia, I was right about this. Ferrets are not banned in New York State. They are banned in New York City only. Here's a quote. Ferrets are strictly prohibited as pets under Hawaii law because of the rabies virus. Ferrets are restricted by individual cities such as Washington, D.C. and New York City.
Yeah, there was another state that just made them illegal, too, I heard.
Oh, there's lots of states, yeah. And
there's like 4 now, so it's stupid.
But
yeah, they're stupid states.
But the reason why, because of...
Nobody knew. Well, okay, let's see.
No, there's really no real reason for the California one. It was a bunch of bureaucracy. Nothing they said about why is true. My boss has been an exotic vet for 30-plus years, and he says nothing they've said is true about them. It's all lies. It's all just bureaucracy. It's dumb, and none of it would actually happen, provided the owners were, smart. And they are smart. Ferret owners are great about taking care of their pets.
I think, let's see, I think the stupid people, they should be banned. Just stupid people.
Yeah.
Right? anyway, here's the story here from work.
I'm ready for you.
This happened, 2 days ago. I get a call at work, and I pick up the phone. I'm like, this is so-and-so. How can I help you? And they immediately asked me a question. I'm like, okay. As how much experience does your veterinarian have with egg-bound birds? Now, being egg-bound on your bird means it has an egg and it can't lay it, and that can be very, very serious. So I said, he is fantastic. He has done thousands of egg-bound birds in his lifetime. And I started listing off his, before I finished, I said, well, and also he's been in the business for about 30 plus years, so he's very, I didn't ask you. I was like, okay, this is going to be fun, I was thinking. I didn't ask you how long he'd been in business. I asked you if he, this is her talking now, if he was specialized in egg-bound birds. I said, well, yes, and our hours, if you'd like to make an appointment, are from such and such a time. And it's just, I didn't ask you what your hours were. I'm like, okay. So I just kind of tried to skip past that talk and said, so, are you sure that the bird is egg-bound? Let me see here. What are the symptoms displaying? And this is when I lost it. She goes, well, let me explain this to you. Keep in mind, I've done nothing wrong to this woman at all. I don't even know who she is. She hasn't even told me her name yet. And she's like, she has a large lump at the bottom of her stomach about the shape of an egg. What do you think? Can any of you believe this right now? This is what happened to me? At all here?
You know, I noticed one thing. When I'm on Twitter, I notice so many furries complain about how rude, how much a bleep, how much a bunch of, just how much a bunch of jerks their customers, rather in the food chain industry or something of the nature. I mean,
nothing as bad as this. I'm like, I'm desperately trying to help this woman.
Sad thing is, when it comes to people, you're dealing with people with a double-digit IQ, and that's 90% of the United States.
Yeah.
That's pretty sad.
Here's the other thing here, though, is keep in mind, I'm in a business where I want to help people, and this woman is making it nearly impossible. So when she said, what do you think? I kind of smiled, and everyone looked at me on the phone. I said, well, what I think is this isn't the right place for you to bring your pet, and you're not coming through my doors. And she said, well, I think that's between me and the doctor. I'm like, well, actually, I have the right to refuse service to anybody. And you have been extremely rude to me. I'm not going to let you come in and abuse us verbally for no reason when we're just trying to help you. Because she was on the phone with my coworker before. So like, she's like my superior. She was doing great, and she had to go, so she handed it off to me, and it just progressed from there. So I just told her, no, I'm sorry, you can find somewhere else, and she hung up. But it was just like this kind of thing, and there was another great one. I love when people come in and they have no concern for the amount of time that you have left to be there. Like, it's 10 minutes to closing time, right? And our last appointment of the day is already 10 minutes late. So they get there, and we have it's usually 20-minute appointments, 30-minute appointments. They get there 10 minutes late, and then she says, "Oh, I'm sorry we're late." I'm like, "Oh, it's no problem. Just get you checked in." Oh, and it's for 2 animals, right? I'm like, "No, you just told me on the phone you were bringing 1." And she says, "Oh no, can you check this one out too? It might cost extra. It might be an after-hours appointment." And she got all mad at me. Because I'm like, well, it is after hours. It's 10 minutes till closing. He's not going to be able to check them both out. Sorry. Unless you want to pay the after-hours fee. And it's like, it's funny how rude people can be when you're trying to help them. And you're just doing your job. You know?
Yeah.
There you go. That happens to me at least twice a week, by the way, at my job.
Twice a week?
No, like 2 days out of the week, we get all the rude people coming in at once. So maybe 100 times a week with 2 days a week. But usually there's more days than that even. We usually get at least one really extremely rude person every day.
So how many exotic animals usually have to get their diaper changed? Troll-o-lo-lo-lo-lo-lo-lo-lo.
Well, you had to wear one.
I wonder.
There you go. Yeah.
I'm not hating.
There you go.
I'm not
there
hating.
you go, Malaika.
I'm not hating. There we go. All right. Well, those sounds like some very good stories. You got any more? I mean, I don't know how much more of the hour we got to fill up.
Not a lot. I think we already filled it.
Yeah.
Really? Mallius, could you confirm that we've actually filled up another glorious hour of the first greatest podcast in the world?
Well, I say so because I just checked how long we've just been recording during the break, and let's just kill it now.
All right, sounds good. Let's see, maybe one more very quick topic. This is from the Onion poll. A majority of Americans approve of sending Congress to Syria.
But
so true. All right.
true.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to the greatest first podcast in the world here on Furry FM and also YouTube. Make sure to check us out on YouTube later and then download our episode there. And, thanks for listening.
The last episode, where at the end we played the Obama song, which was funny as all hell. I really loved it. Do you have anything for us at the end for this time?
Oh boy, that's a pretty tough question. I'm guessing you could pretty much just stick anything there and it will be swift-to-doodly happy.
What the fox say?
Swift-to-doodly happy. I like to make up new words.
And also one thing we forgot to mention that's stupid was the Fox video that came out. I got spammed with it 20,000 times.
Oh, I love that. Oh my gosh.
I heard it and I'm like, how do these guys?
I'm gonna be a mega hipster here. I'm gonna be a mega hipster here and say I have been listening to them way before that, and I love those guys. They're hilarious.
All right. How about this? Maybe we could play. There's a song I made called Hiatus. It's based upon a true hiatus I had from songwriting, and I think it turned out really good, actually. I'll send you it and see if you approve of it. Let's go!
Well, you'll be doing editing, so...
Sounds good. All right. See you later, guys.
Bye. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Give me some gummy worms, gummy worms. I want my gummy worms. Yeah. Rainbow in my stomach, rainbow screaming yummy yummy. Come on in my tummy, rainbow in my stomach, rainbow screaming yummy yummy. Come on in my tummy. Give me. I went to the store to see a package of gummies that were just for me. I took them off till I woke up next morning. Realized my dreams made me far along. Took my coat on my back to the store as it blew in my face no more. I found a store that could fit my craving. As I saw the worms, I woke up again. Another dream. No! Give me some gummy worms, gummy worms. I want my gummy worms. Yeah. Rainbow in my stomach, rainbow screaming yummy yummy. Come on in my tummy, rainbow in my stomach, rainbow screaming yummy yummy. Come on in my tummy. Give me some reality, oh please. At this point they've made me on my knees. It seems like inception of Groundhog Day. I see the worms as they try to get away. I took a pinch to my left side. It felt the shock as I felt alive. I knew it was dawn and this was real somehow. When I saw it closed, alone with my brow. No! Travesty! My gummies! Give me some gummy worms. Gummy worms. I want my gummy worms. Yeah. Rainbow in my stomach, rainbow screaming yummy yummy. Come on in my tummy, rainbow in my stomach, rainbow screaming yummy yummy. Come on in my tummy.